Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True Inferno. Now, I am reviewing another Lox album. This one is their second album, We Are the Streets. Yes. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So this album dropped January 25th of the year 2000. So I was a sophomore in high school. So this was under Rough Riders Records and Interscope Records. Now, the album was mainly produced by Swizz Beatz, and it also involved other producers like DJ Premier, Timbaland, and PK. And believe it or not, with the exception of PK, DJ Premier and Timbaland only produced one track off this album. PK did two, and everything else outside from 3 skits were produced by Swizz Beatz. So yeah, there you go with that. Now, before we get on with the track listings, there's a little bit of info regarding this album. Now, this is not only is this the Lox second overall album, but this is the Lox first album under Rough Riders. Remember, the first album was the one I reviewed a few weeks back. Actually, it was Money, Power, and Respect. And remember, that album was under Bad Boy Records. So here's what happened with that. There's a little bit of info regarding that in case you don't know. In the summer of 1999, the Lox found themselves disappointed with the direction of the career on Bad Boy, and the group wanted to be released from their contract in order to join the newly formed Rough Riders / Interscope label. The Rough Riders have always served as the Lox managers, and the group felt like the new label could better represent the hardcore sensibilities which they express in their rhymes. Bad Boy, on the other hand, was known for his radio-friendly dance hits and high-priced videos, while the Lox were quickly establishing themselves as hardcore rap artists. Their identity classes. And quoting Sheik Luch, one of the members of the Lox, he said, "We just need to be with a rougher label, a harder label that fit our image." The Lox tried all of the legal maneuvering available to be released from their contract with Bad Boy. However, when the lawyers and conference calls didn't work, the group did what they do best. They took their story to the streets. At a New York rap concert, the Lox sported the Let the Lox Go t-shirts and sparked a grassroots movement to free the Lox, so to speak. Pressure resulting from the campaign ultimately caused Bad Boy to release the group from their contract. And said Styles P, he said, "We really changed the game by doing that. It might take years from now, but other people are going to do it. We made it so they don't have to be scared to speak up." Now, if memory serves me correctly, I'm not sure this was true. Yeah, this was true. But even though Bad Boy released the Lox, but everything that they did for a number of years, Bad Boy will rake in the cash. So, for example, this album, Money, Power, and Respect, I believe Bad Boy raked in the cash for that. And obviously, the two sides was at odds for many years, but a few years back, they settled it, and the Lox got their publishings back. So, things are good from there. And it was funny because this was actually the Lox last album as a group, as a 3-man group, outside of, D Block and things of that nature. But this was the last Lox album before they came out with their newest album, which is called 50 in America is Beautiful, which came out late last year. How did I know? 1, it's on Wikipedia, and 2, I was at a concert involving Styles P, and he said that album dropped late last year. So there you go with that. So yeah. So, and then before I get on with track listing, this album bashed the Bad Boy and Puff Daddy a lot. Not necessarily like every single artist on the Bad Boy, but it's like really target Puff Daddy, which really was known at the time. So yeah, there you go with that. Now let's get on with the track listings. Now there's 18 tracks total, and out of those 18, 4 of them was skits, meaning there was a grand total of 14 tracks that was actual songs, meaning I can only give you the top 3 and not a top 5, and that's somewhat of a bit of a shame, to be honest. So let me give you all the name of the tracks. The first track is called Intro, which is a skit, obviously. The second track, produced by Swizz Beatz. Basically, I'm not gonna say any of these tracks produced by Swizz Beatz, because again, almost all of them were, outside from the skits. I'm not counting the skits. But anywho, the second track is called Fuck You, followed by Can I Live featuring Casino with a K. Then the fourth track is another skit called Built for Bodies, followed by Breathe Easy, which was produced by PK. Track number 6 is called Felony Niggas, which is a Styles P solo track. So yes, they are keeping that same theme as they used on their debut album, Money, Power, Respect, where all three members of the Lox did one song by themselves on a group album. Moving on, track number 7 is called Wildin' Out, which is actually their first single. I'll get more on that later. Track number 8 is called Blood Pressure, which is a Jadakiss solo, followed by Recognize featuring Eve. More on that later. That one's produced by DJ Premier. Track number 10 is called Rapin' You Records. So we talking R-A-P-E, apostrophe N, and then the letter U, and then Records, which is a skit, by the way. Track number 11 is called Y'all Fucked Up Now, followed by Scream, L-O-X, and abbreviated. And that one's also produced by PK. Track number 13 is called You, the letter U, Told Me, featuring Eve, followed by Brains, and then parentheses, Take One, which is another skit, followed by the second single off of this album, Ride or Die Bitch, featuring Timbaland and Eve, meaning this is the track Timbaland produced. Track number 16 is called Bring It On, which is the Chic Loose solo track. Then track number 17, we got If You Know, featuring Dragon, Eve, and Swizz Beatz, followed by track number 18, which is, what's the name of this album again? Oh yeah, We Are the Street. So that's track number 18. And the album itself, it did make some charts. It was number 5 on the US Billboard 200, and it was number 2 on the US Top R&B/Hip Hop Albums, which was done by Billboard as well. So let's get on with, before I get on, was there any other charts? Yes, there were. No, there wasn't. It was, oh yeah, there were. It was 190th on the UK album chart, and this album made gold. So Money, Power, and Respect, their first album went platinum, but by the NC certifications, it went gold. But here in the RIAA, it only went gold. So let's get on with the two. Well, apparently there was 3 singles, but I only know 2 from this album. So let's get on with the first one, and which is also weird because I'm trying to figure out which single came out first. I guess I was mistaken. Wildin' Out was not the first single, it was the second single. Ride or Die Bitch was the first single. So Ride or Die Bitch, also known as Ride or Die Chick, if you heard the radio version, was the leading single. Yeah, there it is right there. The leading single from this album, obviously produced by Timbaland and featured Eve. And really all Eve did, what both of them did, was perform the hook. The single peaked at number 73 on the Billboard Hot 100, 27 on the Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs, and 22nd on the Hot Rap Singles. And of course, there was a music video. And the single dropped August 24th, 1999. So yeah, there you go. We're that. And yeah, that's all it did, charts wise. Now, the second single that came out was Recognize. And I didn't even know this was a single. But apparently it came out sometime in 2000, before Wild Out rather. And that one was 94th on the Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs and 13th on the Hot Rap Songs. And that's all I can say about that. And again, that one was produced by DJ Premier. More on that later, obviously. Then the third single is called Wild Out. And not much info on that one. I think there was a music video for that one. I think I recall seeing it. I don't remember. But that one came out in 2000 as well. And that one was 64th on the Hot R&B/Hip Hop Song. So that's it. So basically, Ride or Die Bitch, or Ride or Die Chick, whichever one you want to look at it, was one of their, in my opinion, it was one of their most successful singles, since they only had a grand total of 5 singles. And we all know what their most successful singer is. That's Money, Power, and Respect, featuring DMX and Lil' Kim. But notice that in We Are the Streets, which is a Rough Riders album, DMX did not appear in any of his songs, which I find weird. Anywho, let me give you my favorite tracks from the bottom on up. Can I Live, Scream, Lox, Y'all Fucked Up Now. And if you know the worst tracks off this album, I ain't saying that bad, but they could be better. Let's see. Felony Niggas, Bring It On was okay. We Are the Streets was pretty cool. Breathe Easy, this is where things get really good. Breathe Easy was good. Blood Pressure was really good. Ride Out was good, obviously. And of course, Ride or Die Bitch was good as well. That beat was really dope, man. I actually like that single. Now, let me give you my top 3 tracks off this album. The best track off this album? Fuck You. Without question, man. First of all, that beat was out cold. It goes in hard, man. Even though it was produced by, again, like I said, when I review Eve's album, who produced that entire album, that could either be a good thing or that could be a bad thing. In this case, it was mostly a good thing. And I say mostly because he didn't produce every single song off of this album, but this track right here, Fuck You, though, that beat was out cold, man. And like I said, it goes in hard, and they came out of the gates hard with this one, man. So that's all I gotta say about that one. The second best track off this album, You Told Me, featuring Eve. And this is one of those. Let me see if I can find a way to describe this track. This is one of those. If this was like an anime, and the main character was going at it with a big time villain, and the villain came back from a beatdown, but he came back stronger and more savage, this joint would be playing over that. That means, oh snap, the hero is messed up. That's how that sounds, man. But yeah, I mean, you hear that beat, I'm like, dog, that beat is hot too. And again, that one featuring Eve, man. But without question, the best track off this album, Recognize, man. Produced by DJ Premier, dog. This is like, I wouldn't necessarily say, oh, this is something Nas, old school Nas would perform over, but it's close. And again, it's featuring Eve, which is pretty funny. And it's really, really dope. And obviously the lyricism in this one is dope as heck as well. So yeah, man, Recognize, the best track off of this album. Now, let me give you guys some professional ratings. And there's only one. And it's from AllMusic. They gave this album 4 out of 5 stars. So, what do I think about this album? Well, I said when I reviewed Money, Power, Respect that We Are the Streets was their best album. Now, but at the same time, I have yet to hear their newest album. I'm planning on looking for it and listening to it, called 50 America is Beautiful. I'm planning on looking that up and see how that sounds. But at this point in time, We Are the Streets, clearly their best album. And it is a classic, despite what some music critics might say. I read one online and he was just bashing this album. It's pretty dumb. But anywho, I'm gonna have to give this album a 4 point. It's between these two numbers. I'm gonna go with 4.25 out of 5. Yeah, that's a good one. And I recommend you download it and keep it. If you bought it, a physical copy, then yeah, I you know, I can't hate on that as well. You know, I'll support that as well. I actually downloaded, I downloaded it in bootleg. I actually bootlegged this album back in the day. But this album is dope as heck, man. It got a lot of great songs. Recognize, You Told Me, Fuck You, Ride or Die Bitch, Ride Out, Blood Pressure, Breathe Easy. And there was some that was like okay, or others that was like, eh. But you know, it wasn't like all the songs were bad or anything like that. So, and really, ironically enough, this was half and half. Half the songs were really good, and the other half was okay or less. So, but despite that, the half that was really, really good, I wouldn't necessarily say, oh, they were like legendary. You know, there was only like one that was close, that was Recognized. You Told Me and Fuck You are really, really hot tracks, but it's like 2 to 3 steps behind being considered a legendary, legendary tracks. Well, I Recognize just a step behind. So that's why I gave this one a 4.25 out of 5. And I recommend that you download it and keep it. Or if you go and get a physical copy, I'll support that as well. And like I said, man, they were throwing shots at Bad Boy, man, like for real, throughout the majority of this album. In fact, one of the tracks, I believe, the last track off this album, they went at it big time on them, man. The one that got me was I'm trying to find the lyricism. Oh, here we go. I think it was by Jada, where he said, just better rhymes and better beats involved. Less politics, more the streets involved. Things always go smooth with the heat when the heat's involved. Sign today or get beat tomorrow. First one talking that family shit and get a lot of dough and don't give the family shit. I don't care how many checks you wrote. I just want to see how you gonna dance when your neck get broke. I was like, whoa. And even Styles came at him hard too. He was like, yo, if you let the P call it, I don't feel your ass. I read Duke was still alive and they killed your ass, referring to Biggie and Puff, obviously. You can keep it in the street, but don't you come to the hood. I got 1,000 niggas like me and they feel like Suge. I was like, So yeah, man, like they were going at Puff back then like crazy, right? So yeah, man, that's it with that, man. Y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all. Now see y'all next time. Yeah.